Okay, today we are going to mass make signature pages. And this is not going to be just fold the pages and then, we've got a big stack of folded pages that could be a signature. We're going to take it a next step further. So this is your 10-minute tip for today, for this week, is we are going to not only mass make signature pages, we're going to decorate the signature pages. And we are going to try to incorporate everything that we know and that we own in our craft room into these signature pages. And that is my challenge to myself, and I want to challenge you to start using everything we have in our stash with every project and show everything in our craft room some love. Okay, so one of the things that was in my craft room that does not get a lot of love are my punches. That is a big tool that I need to use more often. The second supply in my craft room that needed some attention were my stamps. I do not use my stamps very often either, so these are going to be now incorporated into my projects. Another supply in my stash that I was not incorporating are paint and my markers, so color, any kind of color. So this is going to help us to start using everything we have in our stash and expanding our techniques, expanding our skills, growing our techniques, and unlocking our creativity. So if you would like to learn how to unlock your creativity with different styles and techniques by using all the things you have in your craft room, then please stick around and subscribe to my channel. Welcome to Markets of Sunshine. I'm Marcia. Thank you for being here with me today, and this is the place to be if you want to unlock your creativity. All right, and have gratitude and be content. So let's get right in. So the style that I want to show you today is going to be, like I just said, using all of those elements that I just mentioned. Okay, so paint, you can see paint. You can see gesso. That's one of the other supplies that I have in here. Okay, now on this particular project, because this was on an watercolor paper, this was a collage, this was a project I was doing with Jennifer in her group that I belong to on Facebook. And so I've take this and then I'm going to put another collage on top of this, and it was similar to what I showed you how to do the printer embellishments, doing the collage with as a printer embellishment. So if you watched me do that, and I showed you how to do that, and then I showed you how to make printer embellishments and to then fussy cut them out and use the little, all of your decorative papers and your digitals or whatever scrapbooking paper you already have. I showed you how to do that. So you can go back and reference those videos, and the title will say Printer Embellishments, and then I think the one with the collage and the printer embellishment is in the title of that one as well, because I'm very on point with what you're going to learn in the video. Okay, so today's video is titled 10-Minute Tip, Use All Your Supplies. Okay, that was in the title so that you know right away, what is this video going to be about? What am I going to learn? What's the 10-minute tip that I can incorporate? So the first step that you want to do is you want to get out all of those things you don't use. All the things. I mean all the things. Okay, we hear that terminology, but in this case it applies. Okay, so I have the gesso, I have my paints, I have the punches, I have the stamps, I've got my watercolor markers over here. So these are the things that I know that are in my stash that I don't use a lot. Okay, and then what is next that I don't use a lot in my things, in my supplies, are these little embellishments, like little rhinestone embellishments. So, or my little bulb pens. I don't use these all the time. So, but I want to show you today how we can incorporate the majority of our supplies into making signature pages. Okay, so for using the gesso, you're going to need a plastic knife or some plastic spatula that is just for your craft room. You don't use it in the house for food later on. You have all of your craft room tools are designated craft room use only. You never, ever, ever want to cross them over. Don't think washing them is good enough. It is not. Okay, and then the punches. So we have this. We're going to set that aside. Now I want to get into what are we going to make, and then the signatures I talked about. So for signature pages, this is what I have selected. I selected one book page, and then I have two different kids art papers that I like to use. So this obviously is the manila color, and then this is the white color. This has got texture like construction paper, so it's a sturdier. I really like it. And this is a little bit more sturdier than your regular printer paper, so it's got a little bit of body to it. So for this page, I'm going to fold it so that the words are going vertical. I didn't want it horizontal. So the first step is just take your pages and go ahead and fold them. Decide what size journal do you usually like to make. 6 by 9, 5 by 8, 4 by 6. That will determine the size of your pages. So this one is almost 5 inches, but of course these can be cut down. Right now all we're concerned with is let's fold them. And again, this one I'm going to fold it on the horizontal, and then this one I'm going to do the same thing. Unless I'm making a traveler's notebook insert, then I would have folded them vertical. Okay, so then you can see, so this one could go in there, and this one could go in here. So look at that. I already have 3 pages right now for a signature ready to go. And usually I'll put like maybe 6 pages for a signature. So here's already 3 ready to go. So now we're going to start making the decorations for these signatures, because that's always, a next step, and it's a difficult step. So it's like, okay, let's take all this controversy and difficulty out of making these things, and we're going to use elements that we know how to do that are quick and easy. So I'm going to show you techniques that you've probably seen before. Others, in other channels that you watch, you've probably seen these done before. So now I just want to show you, though, let's start taking what we already know how to do, and we're going to mass make all of these things. So first you're going to mass make your signature. So here's, just for time's sake, 3 pages. Okay, now we're going to mass make the embellishments, the ephemera, that we're going to put on to each page. So now here you can see right away, here is a ready-made embellishment that's going to go on this page. So what do we need to do? So what is this going to be? So this is going to be a 3-pocket page. So I'm going to glue it down on the 2 top and bottom, and then the left side. So this is a pocket, this is a pocket, and this is a pocket. In order to show that this is a pocket, this is what I want, then I'm going to just eye it here and roughly do that little half circle thing so that we know, oh yeah, look, that's a pocket. And then I'm going to hold this one here, and I'm going to keep it lined up. And I did not make these even. You could make them all the same height. I decided I wanted to make them be graduated. So now trying to keep it where the little openings are more or less in the same place. Okay, so I'm just trying to eye top and bottom. Again, let's make this fun. Don't make it, difficult so that we have to get out the ruler and start measuring. Okay, now we come in here with a little bit of the wet glue, and I like to use the tacky glue. So again, like I said, we're just going to glue this glue. I'm having difficulty with the glue. Hold on. Gotta stand it up. Okay. All right, so we're gonna lay this one down here. So you do want to go ahead, after you've made these embellishments, go ahead and put them right on the signature, because that's going to take away all of that extra time and work that we don't want to be bogged down with later on. So we want to take what we're making now, and we're going to actually put it onto the signature pages. When you're working with the wet glue, you know you're going to have to allow time for it to set up. And I'm still over here, the bottle is still spewing out glue, so I'm going to just take it with my brush, and then I will just apply it like this and use it. That is still spewing out the top of the thing. What I'm finding is happening is that it's building up air pressure in the bottle of glue, and then it keeps coming out the lid like a volcano until that bubble in there pops. So I'm thinking of maybe tapping it on the table or something like that next time, and then hopefully but I really like this idea. I like this technique. I think it's going to save us all a lot of time, and that we're really going to enjoy now getting in our craft room and getting out all of these supplies that we have invested money in and use them. Okay, so now this one, again, I'm just eyeing it and putting it where I want it to be. So I left about 1/4 of an inch up from the bottom of all three. So, okay. I'll lay that brush right there. I always keep water in my craft room in a spray bottle. So then when this happens, and I'm getting glue on me, I can spray my little fingers and wipe with a paper towel. Okay, so now here's the first page done. So this is now a signature page that has 3 pockets. Isn't that cool? All right, so we're going to take this page off. We're going to lay it over here to the side, and we're going to let it dry. Okay, now this page, I've already pre-made the beginnings of using a business envelope. Okay, so with the little window, but I'm not using the window. And as you can see, I just folded it. The flap that was on the inside, that doesn't matter. The back piece goes all the way down. This front piece fits it. I've cut a little piece there, cut a little piece there. Okay, so now this is going to be placed here. So I want to embellish this, but this takes a little bit of time. I just want to show you the elements of what can be done on each page. So I'm not going to decorate this whole thing here with you right at this moment. So I'm going to set him aside. I just wanted to show you. And if you would like to see the full tutorial, I already have a video showing you how to decorate these junk mail envelopes. And it's a beautiful style. Let me just grab my evergreen journal because I have one in there, and then I can show you what it looks like when it's all made, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Get over here to it on the shelf. Okay, so this was our needle book journal. This was my evergreen rebel quilter journal. I love this journal. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so this right here. Okay, so this is going to turn into something that looks just like that. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So here's a pocket back here, and then I had a pocket down here, but I haven't put anything in that pocket. I just decided to leave it. And so now I just decorated it. Look at how beautiful this is. How adorable is this? You can do this any fashion you want, but if you want to see me and how I did it like this, then go back and watch that video. I will go back through and try to find it, and it will be in the description, not at the end, because my older videos are when you're adding an end screen video, they only do within like a month window or 2-month window, something like that, here on YouTube when I'm editing. And so this was much older video, and I have over 300 videos now on my channel. Isn't that wonderful? I'm so excited when I see that every time. I can't even believe I've made that many videos in just, what, 2 years time, I think it is. I started this in 2020. So, I mean, that's just, I'm ecstatic about that. Now, so this is going to, like I said, this plain old junk mail envelope is going to look like this. With as far as the embellishments, I always put buttons, I always put the little cute little banner, and then have the little things hanging down off the little mini tags, which these I didn't make. These are pre-made, and I bought these years, probably 20 years ago from, I think, Michael's or Home Shopping, somewhere like that. But anyway, so that's what it's going to look like. So if you would like to see that, I will link that at the end. Okay, so let me put these back together, and I will put it over here to the side. And I will tie this back up here later. And if you would like to see how to make the book page beaded dangle, I have that one on there. I have a video about that. If you'd like to see the tassel, fabric tassel, I have a video about that. And if you would like to see the beaded dangle, I have a video about that. All right, so now let's set these over to the side. Now, the third signature page. We are going to do, okay, an open up, fold down. So I guess, I don't know, what would you call this? A fold down page. It's not a waterfall page. It's not a cascading page. So you could call it like a hidden journaling page, or just a fold out page. This isn't really a fold out page, so it's more like a hidden journaling page, I say. Okay, so again, you take, I'm using up papers in my stash, things that I don't use, don't like, whatever. And so this was one of them. This is an old Stampin' Up! Retired paper, and it was from their coffee line. Okay, so this is going to be like this. So the back will be glued down, but then this flap will open, and then this flap will open. So what we're going to do is we're going to decorate these two spaces here. And so what I've done to get us started is I have this page to go there and this page to go here. And all I did was my leftover cardstock. When you're cutting down your cardstock, I save these pieces. And so then I take another piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to cover the front of this, but I'm going to sew that on the machine. And then that's going to get put here. And then this will all be embellished. The same thing here. This will get sewn down. And then now here's your two hidden journaling spots right there. So when you open this up, now you're going to have these two that are going to be beautifully decorated. And then this will be centered on this page here. Isn't that cool? I love this. So quick and easy ideas. And then we're going to embellish with our stamps, and with our punches, and with all these different elements, paints, gesso, and it's going to be looking like this one that I showed you here in the beginning. I want to have it look like this. Oh, here was a stamp. Yeah, I did do a stamp here. This one just didn't have a punch on it. Okay, so the paint, the gesso, the stamping, which I'll do a little punch, and maybe one of my printer embellishments, and then decorate that up, and then my word sentiments. Everything's going to be put on this thing, and all these little embellishments. Okay, so now, that's not all. Don't go anywhere. Okay, so let me set this aside. So I showed you the other day how to make printer embellishments. Okay, so now you can also do that same technique, and you can print out any of your digitals onto envelopes. And I saw that Tracy had the same idea, and I'm sure you guys have used this as well. So in our volunteer work in the community, we send out letters to encourage people. And we've been doing this, I've been doing that for 20 years. But then with the lockdown, with the pandemic, this was a worldwide campaign because we normally go to people's homes and talk to them, but because of the pandemic, we weren't able to do that, following community guidelines with other countries. So then we would decorate and we would print things on the envelopes, and it was with a theme, was it designed? And then it directs you to our website, official website, jw.org, for more information and for encouragement. So I loved that idea, but I said, you know what, this I really like, because now I can use this. And so this is my daughter's artwork that I printed on one envelope. This was a digital from Jane that I had gotten from her. So I printed those out on several envelopes, as you can see. I really like that one. This is more of my daughter's artwork. There's her bluebird, and then the butterfly just got the wings, and then the roses. Okay, and then this was the collage page that I showed you just a minute ago. So I scanned it, so then I printed the collage page out on one of the envelopes. And now what's the cool thing, this is my daughter's bluebird. This was a tag that I made, and then this was another paint collage page. It's not really a collage, but a background piece. Okay, so this was just all painting. So a painting background piece that I made, and so I printed that out. So now I'm going to fill this in down here with some other, decorations, maybe some decorative paper. We'll go here, book page paper, something like that. And then you can just take a plain piece of white paper and you can tear it, or you could get a white label, and then you can put it on here to put, if you're going to mail it, actually send it in the mail, you can put that over this so that you could write the address, and your return address would be here. If you're going to just send it as happy mail, you can still do the same thing. Just put some white area here, and then, you could write in whatever, the person's name, or however you want to do that. But isn't that cool? These are so cool. So I just wanted to show you that that is such a fun way, quick and easy. So it takes a lot of time to stamp it, to draw it out. So we could just, use our printer, use our digitals, collages, scan them that you've already made, and you can print on these. And you could print on the back as well, but I decided not to print on the back. I just wanted the front to be pretty. The back doesn't need to be, for me, didn't want to do that as well. So that's your 10-minute tips, using up what you have in your craft room, and then mass making signature pages with all the things you have in your craft room. So I hope you like this video. If it inspired you, please share it and give it a thumbs up. That helps me to be found and helps others to find it as well. And I really appreciate it. So thank you for being here with me today. Thank you for being a part of the community. Keep creating in the sunshine and stay safe. Bye-bye.